This is my first narrated video, so bear with me. I know my voice sounds like I've been gargling with old razor blades, so I'll try and speak as clearly and as slowly as possible. Take 75. Now, the last videos I did, I was showing how it is possible to use the magnetic fluid to influence animals while in their presence and across space. The magnetic fluid can be used in countless hermetic experiments. I figured out the mistakes I was making in the first set of videos, as controlling the energy was still fairly new to me. I don't get to practice much, home, job, the rat race in general. So I was learning how to control the magnetic fluid properly, and I was using heavy and erratic breathing, as you may have noticed from my earlier videos. The key, people, is the mind controls everything, and by using it in conjunction with the will and pranayama, you can increase this output of energy. So that is to say, I focus my mind on what I need to do, and I use my will to manipulate an object, and use my breathing to give me more energy as I need it. I bring the energy up from my root chakra, compress it in my abdomen, then bring it up through my chest, up to my throat, and bring it up to my head. I can even feel the pressure of this energy building in my head until I release it through my eyes. In a more relaxed state, I can see these waves of energy constantly moving in front of me, like a mist, or how a mirage becomes visible on a hot summer day when the heat rises off of a pavement. To me, there is no color to this energy. It's clear, but with shades of gray moving with it. So when I focus on an object, the wave kind of gradually disappears and begins to spin and starts to form a vortex. I use this vortex over the objects that I want to manipulate. As you will see from this video, the bending time is cut significantly in half by me focusing with my mind and on my breathing. The previous videos averaged 25, 30 minutes on up. So I brought it down, beginning at about 6 minutes in most of these videos. The fluid begins to take effect and begins to get stronger. So the animals are bent between 12 and 15 minutes, depending on the group. The more animals, of course, the more fluid will be needed, and the longer it may take. And the term bending, by the way, I got from this old Russian documentary on psychic phenomenon. The narrator was commenting on this old piece of footage, how this mentalist was bending the will of his subject. It's amazing because before I knew who Master Chang was, or Master Barton, or before I knew anything about Hermetics, or the fluids, or yin and yang, I studied Russian Parapsychology, and I did this before I was even in my teens. Other than the Nazis, the Russians were the first ones to bridge mainstream science with the paranormal, and to get it to work, to get actual results. These artist renderings, these pictures here, are actually accurate and they're not exaggerations. These brothers here gave me the idea of using live webcam. Before I was using two different cameras, and it's just time consuming and yeah, it's just awful. So anyway, kudos to them for that. Now the way I use this is the commercial that precedes the video, I use as a reference point. So that gives me, pretty much a time frame, how long it takes me to bend an animal, and tells me how long before I see the magnetic fluid take effect. So as you can see from this video and the videos that are to come, the time has been cut in half. And remember, this is just from me using my will instead of all the breathing and hyperventilating. It's just crazy. You can hear me breathing in the background. I'm using rhythmic breathing. And as you can see, the chicks, they're starting to slow down, which means the magnetic fluid is starting to take effect. And remember, I'm not manipulating the animals really. I'm manipulating the energy around them. They're all being cut off from the field of consciousness. I'm using my mind and my will to send the magnetic fluid into this room here. Not my room, but the room you see on the screen. I'll explain sometime later. But the longer I concentrate, the stronger the field will become. And soon it'll just start to overtake everything in its path and begin to distort the field of all living objects until it just overtakes them. I don't belong to any religion. Hermetics is a science and not a religion. But I have noticed in all the old works on Hermetics, while most of the practitioners seem to be either Christian or Catholic, the work itself in Hermetics is full of Hindu influence, if that means anything. I don't meditate. Again, that's up to you. I eat whatever I want. Again, that's up to you. I don't love my enemies. I mean, I'm a nice person. I don't care what color you are, what religion you belong to, where you come from, your gender, your sexual orientation. It doesn't matter. The only thing I care about, if you're a nice person, how you treat people. That's it. Well, I only have 15 minutes. I've been using this crappy piece of software from 2007, and it always crashes on me. So instead of doing one long video and then I cut it up, I'm just doing them now in 15-minute increments. This is the first, and more will come. But before I go, I want to say that I've seen some of the videos a lot of you put up. Things on radionics, psionics, MK Ultra, jump rooms, the Philadelphia experiment, time travel, anti-gravity, and other phenomena. It can all be explained with these two energies, the other being the electric fluid. And you're called conspiracy theorists, but you're all right. Because if I can sit in front of a computer screen and manipulate living organisms in any part of the world via live webcam and using an energy that science says doesn't exist, just imagine what those black projects with unlimited funding can do. So we're not the conspiracy theorists, they are. Brothers, sisters, we have moved from theory and practice to a workable system and application. Now usually I stop the video when they're all asleep, but what I've been doing now is letting the video run to see how long it takes them to come out of this state. And if you look at the screen, the right hand side, watch what happens when the chick walks into the field. So apparently the magnetic fluid using the Akasha lets me bridge time and space. That is to say, any dwelling I see, I can interact with the organisms as if I were there in person. This room here is somewhere in Wisconsin or Minnesota, I forget, but it's just unbelievable. Well, it's time to go. It's getting late. You guys make sure you look in the description before you leave. I think I'll visit Egypt tonight before I go to bed. Peace.